Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Living Well with Terrell, the place where we develop the mind, soul, and the body on a communal level. So the topic of today's video is going to be about how to stop wasting your time. Based on my own experiences, I've been in situations where I feel like I've been working myself to the bone, just exhausted, doing everything it is that I can do, but I'm just not where I want to be in my life, right? And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in detail today. However, inversely, maybe you feel like you just don't know what to do with your life. You feel like you maybe haven't discovered your purpose, your passion, and you're just wasting your life away. You're wasting your time away. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good about the life you're living. You want to wake up with a sense of direction and purpose. And another thing that I feel like we don't talk about a lot is that some people don't have these massive goals, right? Maybe you just want to be content, right? Maybe your happiness lies within contentment. Contentment really just looks like a secured sense of peace, inner peace, something that can be extracted from you no matter what you go through, no matter what circumstances you face. You just always carry that inner peace. I feel like people don't talk about it enough. It's hard to live a life, and if you're not born into a certain pedigree where you're given instruction for your life and you just automatically you're born knowing what you want to do and born with the necessary resources to execute that, right? It's hard because a lot of us, especially if you're a creative, you have to learn things through trial and error. Like the path isn't defined for you, it's not carved out. So that can be hard, especially granted the economy we're living in. It's like there's no room for trial and error. And if you're a person who operates off passion and you have to be connected to what you're doing and you have to care about what you're doing, it's 10 times harder for you, because a lot of us, similar to myself, we can just do what it is that we need to do until we can do what we want to do. And it's not that we're not affected by it. It doesn't tax us mentally or spiritually. It's just that we suppress those feelings and we just continue to do what it is that we need to do, right? But I have plenty of friends who cannot operate like that. They have to have a sense of connectivity to what they're doing, and they're not money motivated, And I feel like for a lot of people who aren't money motivated, they tend to struggle in life. I'm going to give you some universal tips that can help you regardless of whatever you're trying to achieve. So the first thing is you have to identify and transform negative thoughts and negative energy. Now, I made an entire video about that. So if you want to take a deep dive on that, look on my page. It's a recent video I did. I'll insert a link on that down below. In short, what this looks like is just you recognizing when you deny yourself something that you feel you deserve or you desire. Once you recognize that self-denial, you need to correct it and transform it. So what does that look like? Just simply reflect on your thoughts within the past 24 hours. Have you been entertaining any negative outcomes more than positive outcomes? Think about it, right? So you want to make that switch and you want to entertain only positive things no matter what your current circumstances are. Because the thing is, when your mind is open to receiving positive outcomes, then you're more likely to receive them. But if you're in a state of constant negativity, then your receptors are down and you can't see anything but negativity. This is a true fact. Think about it. No matter what your circumstances are, thinking negatively is not going to help them become more positive. It doesn't work like that. Just recently, I was experiencing a lot of changes and I was going through a really dark time. I spoke about it in one of my videos as well, but during this time, I just recognized that there were a few things that helped me. If I have to be honest with y'all, these things really saved me because I felt like I was so low in life. I felt like, I wasn't deserving of the things that I wanted and I desired. And I had to make a mental switch, but there was so much that went into that switch. One of the main things was developing a routine. A routine can save your life so much. When you think about some of the most disciplined, positive people in life, emphasis on positive people, they have a strict routine that they follow. And I wasn't necessarily a routine-driven person, but during this dark time in my life, I naturally developed a routine because I identified things that made me feel good. And I noticed that when I went without doing those things, I just simply didn't feel good anymore. So I would wake up early in the morning, I would go to the gym because at this particular time in my life, I would wake up and I wasn't happy with the life that I was living. So the negative thoughts would just rush in, they would flutter in. And I noticed that by going to the gym, I was able to combat those thoughts. And while I was in the gym, I would just listen to podcasts, because sometimes I would get to a point where I didn't even want to finish my workout because I was destroying myself or breaking myself down. But like I said, you have to be equipped and you have to transform those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. So I would listen to these podcasts and it would make me feel so good. It would empower me to finish my workout. And one person in particular who I listened to often was Myra Golden. So be sure to check him out. He does incredible videos. I love his content 110%. And the thing about creating a routine is you have to create a routine that works for you. Just because everybody wakes up at 5 a.m., they do this, they do that. If it's not gonna work for you, then don't even try it. You need to create a routine that you can find comfort in. After I would go to the gym, I would listen to my podcast, I would walk home from the gym, and I wouldn't listen to music, I would just listen to nature and kind of just say some affirmations and some positive things to myself. Like the walk, it was a nice walk, it was about a mile walk, and I would just enjoy it. I didn't dread it, I would look forward to it, I liked listening to the birds, I liked looking at the nice houses, and I would even tell myself, oh wow, one day I'm gonna have me a house like this, or maybe I want a pond or a lake in my house, maybe I want a small garden. I would just put myself in a positive mindset, in a positive place. And slowly over time, I recognized that my mind had shifted. I'm in a place now where anytime a negative thought pops into my head, I automatically dismiss it. That was not me a few months ago. I was always kind of pessimistic. Depending on your spiritual or religious beliefs, you want to have some time where you can reflect and converse with yourself. I find that through meditation, I can kind of travel within myself and assess my true state of being. And for you, this may look like you may be journaling, maybe sending, or maybe taking audio voice clips to yourself. Anything that you can do that's going to allow you to be still and travel within, I recommend doing that. A lot of people pray. So whatever that spiritual rejuvenation looks like for you, you need to incorporate that into your daily. Make small goals for yourself. So if you're working towards developing your social media and you say, okay, I'm gonna put forth 3 posts this month, or I'm gonna make 1 YouTube video a month, write it down, because if you do not write it down, it does not exist. So these goals can't live in your head forever. You have to bring them into the physical world, and the best way to do that is by writing them down and scheduling them. Get you a calendar, or use a calendar on your phone with reminders, or get you a calendar and put it up on the wall. I think I have one. Look at that. Well, you can use that as a calendar, or I have my whiteboard. When I need stuff done, I put it on my whiteboard to remind me that it's in the room and it needs to be taken care of. Get a schedule and make a schedule that you can commit to, okay? Because the more that you write down goals and scratch them off, the more productive you'll feel, the more productive you'll become. There is no world where you're writing things down, tasks down, and checking them off, and you're gonna feel unproductive. That's just not gonna happen. The more you set goals and scratch them off, the more confident and more productive you feel. And my last bit to that is going to be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Afford yourself some grace. When you're first starting to change your life or working towards goals, it's not going to be easy. You're going to make mistakes. It's not linear. You're going to have some ups, some downs. It's going to take time for you to develop this new mindset, develop this new lifestyle. So I kind of just came from the angle of someone who kind of knows what they want to do or has a sense of what they want to achieve in life. But what if you don't? What if you feel like you haven't quite found your purpose? You don't know the meaning of your life? There's some tips that I can give you that may be able to help you find your purpose or passion. What does your day-to-day life look like? Take a second to think about it. So if the last 24 hours of your life or the last week of your life was you just at home, not doing anything, in your bedroom, scrolling on your phone, doom scrolling, how do you expect to find your passion out of life if you isolate yourself? And I know you may have found comfort within that isolation, but you have to break it. I'm sorry. If you haven't introduced yourself to new experiences, new people, new places, then you're gonna find yourself in the same place because you're basically the same person. You have to get outside and you have to do things. Just go for a walk. Go to a diner, go have lunch, go to a bar, do something different that's going to provide you some sort of mental stimulation. Because if you're not being mentally stimulated, how can you expect to find some sort of passion, creativity, or fuel if you're just stagnant and inert? I know they have this app, it's called Meetup, or it's a website as well. I used to be on it a while ago. This is a good way to make friends in your city. You literally create an account, you fill out this survey, they ask you everything that you like, your interests, your hobbies, and they pretty much give you a vast list of ideas, these different things, these different events happening that weekend or that week, and you can pretty much sign up for it. And most of the time, it's free. People leave reviews, they tell you how many people are gonna be there. Even if you are introverted, you have a significant amount of time to prepare yourself to be social. Outside of simply socializing for friends, maybe go on dates, you'd be surprised how many friends you make by dating. You'd be surprised how many new ideas or interests that you develop simply from dating. And just proceed with precaution, but the idea is to open your mind to people, ideas, and places. It takes time. So maybe you want to set goals for yourself. You'll say, okay, this month I'll go to an event from Meetup. This month I'll go to a yoga class. This month I'll take a dance class. All right, you guys, I have a meeting coming up and I don't want this video to be too long. I think I'm a day late talking about scheduling with this post, but I'm going to upload this video today and I'll be sure to post again this week. Other than that, be sure to send this video to someone who might need it. Love you guys. Talk soon. Peace.